What's going on? It's D-Man. I finally want to talk about NBA 2K18. I have a wish list series that I'm starting on right now. And so I have a few videos dropping throughout the week talking about what can improve for NBA 2K19. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about the biggest issue with NBA 2K18 for me. And we'll also talk about the neighborhood, which was introduced this year for NBA 2K18 because they kind of deal with the same problem. So we all know that every game has flaws, but my biggest issue with NBA 2K18 isn't even within the gameplay. Now it does have gameplay issues and we'll talk about that, but it really starts with NBA 2K18 focusing more on ways to make money over the actual gameplay. Let's get into it. So to start things off, it really came down to asking yourself, is playing NBA 2K18 worth going through all of this? And the answer to that question depends on the person. To a lot of people, it was no. For me, I like 2K. You know, I like playing basketball games. It's a part of my life. And so I played 2K, but there's no doubt about it that NBA 2K18 died out so early. Part of it is because of the gameplay. Another reason was because there was no good content being released. A final reason is simply customer service. It's the customer satisfied with their product. So let's go ahead and talk about this money issue that 2K has. Like I said before, I feel like this is the most money grab in 2K that I've ever played. Now I understand 2K is a business, get your money, and you don't have to buy VC, save your money. But in this case, I'm not even talking about directly buying VC, but 2K18 did certain things to where it was really easy to want to buy VC, or simple things like cutscenes in the neighborhood lost their purpose. And I'll talk about that later in the video. So let's go ahead and talk about the first thing I brought up, how it was really easy to want to buy VC and easily get turned off by NBA 2K18. So let's start off with the creation process of the mod player, because like I said, 2K18 did these little things to where you could just tell, man, it was so noticeable. First off, they did not show you all your badges. It was a lack of transparency. And after that, they did not show you attribute stats until there was a movement started on Twitter. So the creation process was weird because once again, this is something that was never done in any other NBA 2K. We always saw our stats, we saw what our stats could be, we always saw the potential of our player. But this year, we went in pretty much blind. Now, most people used NBA 2K Lab, which was really helpful. And even then, when we figured out what we wanted to make, there was a bit glitch going on Xbox, which was deleting everybody's character. And it only took a couple of days to find this out. Then I started wondering back then, was this a glitch because of a day one patch? If so, I kind of understand, but I don't. But if not, that's 2 days of my career time, and that glitch should have been found a long time ago. And I know people were compensated with VC, but people's time can't be compensated. I've never played any other RPG game and my player was just deleted. So off rip, a lot of people were turned away from 2K. And a lot of people stuck around. So what happened when you stuck around? So you dive into my career, you get into these cutscenes, and I will say the cutscenes kind of lost their purpose on NBA 2K18. For me, the main purpose of the cutscenes is to show advertisements, show you those Reese's Puffs, show you those Jordans, show you that Mountain Dew, because that's what you get every cutscene. Now I get it, make your money 2K. But like I said before, it seems like you focused more on the advertisements in the cutscene over what the customer actually wanted, because we still cannot skip those cutscenes and they're still really bothersome in April. I will understand if the 2K18 story mode was kind of likable, but like I said, I feel like Be Fresh is in there for no reason. Be Fresh, once again, another person that is there just to bring up advertisements and deals. And I understand that's how the game goes, but like I said, it feels like the focus was off. Even something as little as haircuts. Haircuts was a big issue when NBA 2K18 came out, simply because they were so expensive. And for me, we did not know what type of haircut we were getting. You know, there's no preview or anything like that. And so, like I said before, we started off this NBA 2K18 blind for the very first time. And even though this is the deepest my career system we've ever gotten, we had no help starting off NBA 2K18. We could not see attributes. We could not see badges or haircuts or anything like that. Some people, after 2 days, they could not see their player anymore. And I feel like those issues should have been more important than the ones I'm about to bring up. Because like I said, 2K is a business. Get your money. But when you look at the neighborhood, I feel like the purpose of the neighborhood is to simply show off all the deals that 2K has. Call me old school. I'm not a fan of social hubs. But if you do it right, I don't mind it. So in this video, I want to talk about how they can improve on the neighborhood, because I honestly feel like the neighborhood was here to stay. I don't hate the neighborhood, but it got old pretty quickly. Most of the time, people spend so much time in the neighborhood trying to get out of the neighborhood. So let's talk about that really quick. I'm going to get right into the feedback for the neighborhood. Like I said, it was a nice entry for NBA 2K18. It just got old pretty quickly. Now, you have to give us ways to get around the neighborhood faster and make things more accessible to where we don't have to make extra trips in the neighborhood. To be honest, most of these things should be an option and it should not be forced on the player. And I know you probably did not mean to force these things on the player, but personally, that's how I feel like. You know, it's just like walk around, look at the Foot Locker, look at the NBA store, look at Gatorade, look at this, look at that. And that's all the neighborhood was meant for. That's how it feels like right now. So we need to add these menus in the game, just like previous 2Ks. I feel like doing things in the menus will be just completely faster. I don't want to have to go to Swags and then go to Foot Locker and then go to my court and then watch a cutscene, because you know you're going to get one, just to change a few things on my player. I feel like something like that should be done in the menus. I don't want to walk all the way to the newsstand and walk all the way back down the block to the Pro-Am arena just for boost. You know, something like that is unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. We have to be able to do these things in the menu, have a closet in the menu, and that will also help with the playground also, because a lot of people, like something little like the shoe deals, a lot of people lost their shoe deals because they were playing the park in Nike and they were signed with Jordan. And yes, they saw the text message that Brian sent them. Don't play in Nike if you're signed to Jordan. But nobody is stepping off to run all the way back to the my court, watch a cutscene, and then go all the way back. Nobody is doing that. If we have a closet in the menu, it would be a lot better in my opinion. Making all of these stops in the neighborhood separately, it's just time consuming for no reason. To me, it's for no reason, because in previous 2Ks we had it to where we could just open up a menu and do things faster if we wanted to. So if you have to bring the neighborhood back, doing it the way it is now is fine, but just give us an option of just doing things differently, doing things faster if need be. Because I promise you, nobody is trying to sightsee in the neighborhood. If anything, like I said before, we're trying to get out of the neighborhood. And that's my problem with the bikes and the skateboard. I feel like they're slow on purpose. So slow. Like I said, we're not trying to sightsee. We're trying to play the game, and it's too time consuming. You load up Dragon Ball Fighters, and I know Dragon Ball is a completely different game from NBA 2K, but let me show you something really quick. Dragon Ball Fighters, the social hub is completely smaller, but look, you can teleport throughout the social hub. Easy. Now, I'm not sure about NBA 2K's loading screens, but I'd much rather load into the neighborhood, take a quick load screen, and instantly be at the newsstand to buy boost, or the Pro-Am walk-on arena, or something like that. So, like I said, we just need ways to get around, because the neighborhood right now, I'm trying to figure out the purpose, and right now the purpose is to look at all the deals. That's it. Hey, look, we have Foot Locker backing us. Hey, look, we have Gatorade backing us. And it's the same way with the My Career cutscenes. It's the same way with Be Fresh. Show me a cutscene where Be Fresh does not bring up a deal, and we can't skip them. Stuff like that. And it comes down to, it's dealing with all of this. Dealing with My Career characters getting deleted. Dealing with unskippable cutscenes. Dealing with spending too much time in the neighborhood for no reason. Dealing with all this worth playing 2K18. Like I said, it depends on the person, but for a lot of people, it was no. A lot of people simply want to play the game. I feel like the neighborhood was a great idea, but the execution was off. A lot could have been done. For example, in the winter, a little snow time would have been dope in the neighborhood, in the playground. And for the playground, well, we have a whole video coming up for that one, but a lot of people are using this example. But let's talk about Fortnite really quick, because Fortnite really took over, mainly because it was a free-to-play game, but also Fortnite still makes a lot of money. And the way I see it is, if you build it, they will come. They did not focus on making money and then making a game, and that's how 2K feels to me personally. Fortnite feels like they made the game and then they found ways to make money. I mean, they had to, it was free to play, right? But even then, they release content that make the people happy. They have new content, they have a daily store, and if the game is addicting enough, and notice I said addicting, if the game is addicting enough, people will play it, people will spend money on it, if that's what you're really trying to do. Because, I mean, you ask anybody what's their favorite NBA 2K, for some reason, they're going to say NBA 2K15. Now, I was a fan of patch 3. NBA 2K15 patch 3 was amazing, but a lot of people liked NBA 2K15 patch 4. Personally, from a gameplay standpoint, I don't understand it, but it was lit, as the kids say. It was lit, and it was jumping, no lie, it was jumping. Even I was on it. I hated it, but I played it. And now 2K18 feels so stripped down, because just imagine, and I saw this screenshot going around from multiple people. A lot of people are posting this, but imagine if 2K just redid the playground mode, did something nice with it, and then they had a daily store where people can buy something like a mascot, something that was taken out of NBA 2K, the ability to play as a mascot or something crazy like that. If they had the ability to buy that while playing something addicting, people will do it. Just imagine 2K16, 2K struck a deal with Marvel. Imagine how big that would be right now. A daily store for a Thanos skin, a Black Panther skin, Iron Man, Captain America, you name it. But it starts off with the game being tolerable. If you bring the neighborhood back, you have to give us ways to get around the neighborhood quicker, or just bring back a user interface to change our clothes on the fly, buy boost on the fly. If you have a My Career system as deep as it is right now, we have to see what we're getting into off rip. We have to see our attributes, not just blocks. I know you put it in the game later, but we have to see that from day one. And we have to see all of the badges from day one. If we have cutscenes, I know you want to show those Reese's Puffs, you want to show those Jordans, them Nikes, that Mountain Dew, but we have to be able to skip it. Some things, like I said, it just seems like some things got swept under the rug just to show ways that 2K makes money. And personally, I did not like that about NBA 2K18, and that's, for me, a reason why this one felt so money grabbing. It's not even buying the VC. It's just the way the system is this year. Now, when it comes to my team, packs and stuff like that, I don't play my team, so I can't tell you. So this was the biggest issue with NBA 2K18 for me. And I have gameplay videos coming out soon, because like I said, no game is flawless in the gameplay department. But this was a bigger deal to me, simply because this is all pre-game. You see all of this stuff before you even play the game. You see the neighborhood advertisements being thrown in your face before you even play the game. And even then, when you play the game, if you're like me, you can easily see the focus of NBA 2K18. We can even take a look at the venue events, the Mountain Dew, the Ruffles. I did not participate in any venue event, mainly because when I watch videos, I watch streams of the Ruffles and the Mountain Dew. And to simply put it, the modes did not work. If you have something like that where people need to get in and out of games quickly, their games can't crash, their games can't get hung on a certain amount of players, stuff like that. It's just like, why play it? You know, that's where most people ended up with 2K18. Why play it when you could play another game instead of walking around the neighborhood, instead of watching cutscenes, instead of buying VC and stuff like that. So I get it, you have to make your money, but the simple things have to be done right first, in my opinion. A better user interface for the neighborhood. We should have a closet, faster transportation, so we don't have to go from one side to the other just to change some socks. Better transparency when starting off on my player, and more content for the community to keep it engaged with NBA 2K. So that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. I will have wishlist videos coming out for gameplay starting next week, and those should be pretty interesting. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of my video, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. You all be easy and take care. Peace.